look too far ahead. We know that the FC Cup is coming, but it's not going to be at least until February at the earliest. As you know, the ISL fixtures only go up until the middle of December. So I have to be perfectly honest, we've not really looked at that. Obviously, at the back of our mind, we planned, obviously, we've taken in Carlitos with us as our Asian player. Because and also we can only play 3 foreigners and 1 Asian player, so we're very aware of the rules and regulations, but we obviously not really thought too much about it at the moment. We know when it comes, it's going to create some problems with congestion wise, but I will speak with Albert Rocker and maybe just get some information on how they prepared for the Cup. You may remember in the early rounds they played a lot of the squad players because some of the opposition was a lot weaker than the ISL, so he was able to play a lot of squad rotations. So we might be able to do the same thing. We've got a lot of young boys in our squad who are actually pushing senior players for their positions, so I'm sure they'll get an opportunity if and when that time comes. But at the moment, no, we're not giving it too much attention, but there will be a lot of planning when it does actually arrive. I think if you remember, our home match with Bengaluru last season was delayed for 3 or 4 days because they were still involved in the Asian Cup.
Correct.
So that kind of thing might end up happening to us, so we shall see. I hope we get some assistance from the ISL with regard to that, considering we're representing the ISL.
Correct.
I'm sure they want us to do well, so hopefully we'll get a little bit of help with regard to fixtures. We play 12 games though between now and Christmas. I know 1 or 2 of the other teams only play 11, so hopefully we'd have got a couple in the bag, and we might be able to create a little bit more time for us to prepare or recover from what the AFC Cup brings us. Lessons. It's a difficult question really, because I was learning all the time last year because it was my first year. There were so many things. I mean, one of the lessons is my behaviour in the dugout. I am the leader of my team. I am the captain off the field. I am the head coach, and I have to behave in the right manner. I got banned for 3 games, which I felt was unjustified. Actually, it was 3.5 games, because I was banished at half time. I felt it was unjustified, the punishment that I got. I actually threw a bottle down in joy, basically, because Karanjit saved the penalty, and I was so happy. I kind of threw this, and I think the 4th official felt that I was showing disrespect, which I wasn't. Unfortunately, I had to suffer by sitting in the stand for 3 games, and that was really, really difficult. Really difficult to be away from the players, and obviously not allowed in the dressing room, not allowed to go in there before the game, during the game, or even after the game for a certain period. And that was a huge lesson to me, and obviously I should make sure that doesn't happen again, because it was tough for me. I actually spent 15-20 minutes outside the stadium because I couldn't bear to watch it. I was finding it so difficult to cope. I actually went outside the stadium and I was listening to the crowd reaction. Outside in Jamshed for the first game, and obviously for the 3 games after that. It was really tough. So yeah, that was a big lesson I learned, and I'll be the perfect gentleman this season.